What's up, everybody? What's going on? This is Vincent Bohanan. I am speaking on behalf of my sisters, my grandmother, and my father. As you know, that this is a bittersweet day for us. It is not easy for us to do this, but we wanted to do something. But as you know, everything that we had planned, it would just be really sad and we're just not there yet. But we wanted to do something that her friends and other family members could share words and have something to say. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate her life. She would have been 60 years old today. And I'm telling you, tonight would have been such a grand night. Tonight would have been gowns and tuxedos and limos and, everything would have been top notch. And so, listen, here we are. And it's not the way that we wanted it to be, but through everything, we give thanks. For this is the will of God. And so we thank God for all of you that are tuning in. We want you to share it today. Share it with someone. And we're praying that we'll be able to just all celebrate together. And hopefully by the end of this, we'll have a smile on our face with the stories and with the memories that everyone shares. And we'll be able to celebrate her life and keep her legacy alive. That is our goal, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to keep her legacy alive, and we're launching her website today with so many of her things. We got her hats and her bags, her shoes that we're going to be able to now give away. And so it's going to be great. We're going to keep her legacy alive, and we're so glad that we're now able to share a piece of her with all of you. So continue to keep us in your prayers as we continue to get through this with much prayer and with your love and support. I know we'll be able to make it through. We love you, and let's celebrate.
post Mother's Day. Check me out. Look at my gear. Look at me. My baby brought me some sneakers. My baby brought me some sneakers.
One, but my favorite memory would have to be the first one, where I tried to sneak into House of Hope undetected in the middle of service. And sure enough, by the end of service, Mobo stuck that microphone right in my face, asked me what my name was, and, you know, embraced me as Brother Mike. And from that day on, that voice saying those two words, Brother Mike, stays with me forever. And a first impression just lasts a lifetime. And I just thank her for that. Every time I hear her voice in my head calling me Brother Mike when I think about her. So happy birthday, Founder. I love you so much.
Hi, my name is Angie Holmes Bobo. I have so many wonderful memories of my cousin Marie. One that I would share, the song You Are My Lady by Freddie Jackson. Yes, it was Maria Vincent's song, but it was also a Maria my song. So whenever she heard it or when I heard it, we would call one another. If we couldn't speak at the moment, we would text one another, our song is on. It was just a little pact that we had of love. Cousin, I miss you dearly. I love you forever. Continue to rest in peace, my lady. Happy, heavenly 60th birthday.
Another birthday, and I just cannot believe that it's just another year. But what I will tell you is that all is yet well. Thank you for all that you taught us. Thank you for all of the grooming and the tools and things that you saw that we didn't even see in ourselves. And just looking at the ministry and where we are now, I'm a proud deacon, and we have youth ministry, and we have all these things that you spoke about. Just let you know that your words did not die, but your legacy still lives on. Until we get to the other side, Mobo, I love you till the end of time, and I promise to keep your vision.
Happy birthday, Mother Bo. We love you. We miss you. I appreciate how you always taught us how to be a lady. You never judged us. If anything, you encouraged us and you helped us. And for that, I thank you, and I will always appreciate you for that. Miss you, love you, and all is still well.
Hey everybody, first I want to say happy birthday in heaven, happy 60th birthday to my favorite girl, Mobo. I want to find a favorite memory to say one, hold on, my name is Johnny Bass, and there is only one, okay? Number two, I don't have a favorite memory. Everything that we did together was something that was a favorite of mine. Whether it was going to get wings after church, whether it was you coming up to me and I'm coming up to you with my eyes bugged out, like you better go ahead. Whatever you got on, you better go ahead. But Mobo, I miss you tremendously. And I know that this 60th birthday, whether we had a drive-by or a personal whatever, you know how you would have been done to the heavens. But Mobo, again, I love you. You'll always be in my heart forever and ever and ever. A piece of my heart will go with me. And don't crown him until I get there. And again, happy 60th birthday in heaven, Mobo. I love you.
Had to tell on him about that, but she made sure we knew that even at a young age, she knew how important it was to pray. She was just a loving person, dedicated, trustworthy. You can tell her stuff, and she would hold it in confidence.
I've been very quiet about this. I haven't really talked about it to the public, and that's exactly what I wanted to do, just to kind of talk it out, to hear so many people that were blessed by. I know she was known for what she wore and all of that, but when I hear the people, they don't even really mention that. They mention the woman of God that she was, the loving person that she was, the prayer warrior that she was, the preacher and the teacher that she was. So it goes way beyond the hats and all of the shoes that she had. And
she was a dresser. I don't want to leave
the
that
one
out.
And only,
But Marie Bohanan she was a very polished person, but behind closed doors, she really, she just loved her family. And she really just wanted to spend as much time together with everyone. So the same love that she showed everyone, even though she didn't know them, we got that 50 times over at home. She really, really just loved her family. She started out in church. She grew up in church, sang in St. John's choir. Then she moved on to institutional, stayed there for a very long time. Then she branched off and became the senior pastor of House of Hope Ministries, where my brother is now pastoring.
Marie Bohanan was my everything. She still is my everything. She's my mother and my role model. I definitely looked up to her a lot with just how she carried herself as a woman and a mother. So I feel like we bonded a little closer once I became a mother also. So that's what I feel like when we always been close, but we definitely bonded much closer. She started off there. She was part of the institutional radio choir.
Oh, yes,
Right,
yes. I
and
remember them.
world famous institutional radio choir.
World famous. World famous.
I can remember her traveling the world, going to Japan, going to Brazil.
Nice.
It was exciting to know that my mom was a part of that.
Yes.
And traveling and singing with the choir.
Beautiful.
So she did that.
When Mother Bohanan shared with you that she was sick, what was that moment like for you?
It was in and out the hospital, taking her here there, and then it was just like, what is going on, you know? What's wrong with you?
I was at the house one day, and she told me to come to the room or whatever. I would always be there anyway, just to laugh and talk.
I remember vividly where I was. I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant. I was at work, and she called, and I knew she had to go to the doctor's office, but I didn't know like the magnitude of it. So I didn't really think anything about it. Then she called and she told me.
To actually hear about her diagnosis is just, it was sad, but you know, you still have that faith and you still believe that everything's going to be okay, and this is just going to be one little hill that we get over, and then we're going to talk about, you know, we'll be here to give a testimony about it.
And so she told me, and I sat down, and she said, you know, I have cancer. And at first, it was just like, okay, well, what do we have to do in order to get this out?
I just remember like crying in the hallway. I called one of my coworkers and I told her, like, you got to come downstairs and you got to take over my class because my mom just told me she had cancer, and I'm like losing my mind. Of course, I'm pregnant, and I'm thinking like, you know, I don't want to go through this without my mom. So that moment really like scared me. Like it scared me to death because I didn't know, you know, what the outcome would be. You know, so it was difficult to say the least.
I remember her first words were, but I'm already healed. I'm already healed. So before, and this was probably 3 years prior to everything happening, she kept the faith from the beginning to the very end.
She kept it.
Kept the faith. The same statement that she said in the beginning was the same words that she was saying at the end.
At one point, your mom was going back and forth to the hospital. Can you tell us a little bit more about the transgression of things from that moment moving forward?
It was difficult. I would say it was a matter of, I mean, she passed in August. I would say like maybe 6 months, going back and forth, back and forth.
Being a caretaker at home was not an easy thing. To see someone have to endure so much pain, and throughout the night you could hear her in the next room, and throughout the day she would be on the floor, and it just wasn't a great time for us, because basically there was nothing that we could really do. You know, out of all of the pain that she was having, it just seemed like nothing was working. The medicine, just all these pills, you know, they just have so many different pills and stuff that she had. And, you know, and so we just had to kind of just pray. We had to just pray and just hold her.
Hoping for everything to get better, and then, you know, it was getting better, then it wasn't, and then just going downhill. It was definitely hard because, you know, you want the best to happen. You want her to get out, and she was getting out at one point, then she was back in church, and then she would stay home for a little bit, and then she was going back into the hospital. You know, so I would say like after Mother's Day in 2017, that was one of her last services.
I do remember one time, she was just in so much pain, and she came into my room, and she came into bed, and she's just like, you know, I just don't understand. You know, I just don't understand. What did I do to have to endure all of this. And I think that plays in my mind the most because it was just like, no one really deserves to have to deal with that amount of pain and not knowing if you're going to live, not knowing what's going to happen to you. But so it was not an easy thing, and but through the prayers, we just kept praying. We just tried to keep a positive vibe in the house as long as we could, through it all.
Yeah, and then, once she started going downhill, she wasn't really talking as much, and she was losing the weight. And then, that's when I felt like her spirits were going down a little bit. But then I would say like the last month, she was just talking a lot to herself and just ministering to herself.
Yeah.
And just, that's when I feel like that's when she was starting to accept everything.
Yeah.
That's when she started saying all is well. And she just wanted to listen to gospel music. She just wanted you to, when you come, you just pray with her, just lay hands. And, that's really what it was all about the last month or so. Yeah. So, yeah, it was very difficult because I was still going back and forth to work just to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, when you have a break and you have some downtime, you have to think about that and think, oh, is she okay? Is everything okay there? Are you checking in with Dad and anyone else that was there at the hospital with her?
It's through so much. It helped so many people around the world, and it's still helping people around the world. We always win. So not even knowing that I would write this song and everything would happen and it'd feel like we actually lost. And so after that, another part got added to the song where I say I shall never be defeated. Even when I feel defeated, I shall never be defeated. No matter what comes my way, no matter what I face, I shall never be defeated. And so that came afterwards. But the whole entire song was written for her. And I wanted to write something to encourage her and to actually just lift her. When I first learned that we got #1, I came home and I showed her, and she laid there and she smiled. She was very, very happy about it. She said, wow, this is so good. God is good, and I know if she was able to have a little bit more strength, she would have really been a lot more, happy about it. But I took that, and I'll always remember that moment when I told her that we hit #1. She had the biggest smile on her face. She wasn't really able to do much, but she was very, very happy about that.
Sure, she was.
After they told us that there was nothing else that they could do, we still kept the faith, and I still believe God, and I still came to church, and I still told the church we're going to believe God, and we prayed and prayed and prayed, and we danced before the Lord, and we still sung. And I remember the week before, I told her that I was going to have a concert, and she was like, oh, nice. And she went back to sleep. So I was like, okay. Well, and then I was like, so I'm having a concert on Sunday. I hope you can come. And so she laughed and she rolled her eyes.
As we were talking, like, just as a family, we're just going around, and I'm like, did mommy know, like, that her cancer was terminal? And my dad said, yeah. I was like, well, when was somebody going to say something? Like, hello? I'm sitting around thinking, okay, she's coming home, she's coming home. I go back to the text messages from that day, and I have, like, my friends hit me up, like, oh, how's your mom? I'm like, oh, she's good. She's getting discharged today. She's doing really good, because she was. And then it just seemed like that day just
Took a turn.
Yeah.
By that Monday, she asked my dad for me to come up. And when he called me and told me that, I said, now, Lord, what is this about? I was already war. I was already like, what is this? What's going on? And so as I was driving there, just the tears that were coming down from my face, I said, this can't be happening right now. Like, there has to be, you gotta come through for us. And, and the way that we had our faith was so strong. And so even though I was crying at the same time, I still had the faith and knowing that everything was going to be okay and she was going to be okay. And so he called me and said, "Hey, your mom wants you to come up here." So I said, "Okay, I'm coming." So we live like 10 minutes away. So I ran up there and I said, "Hey." And so she said, "Hey." And I'm just like, "So what's going on?" Like, what's going on? And so, at that time she was very, she wasn't totally out of it or anything. She was just very weak, and I just sat there and I rubbed her hand and I said, "Do you believe God?" And she said, "I still believe God. I still believe God." And after that, she went back to sleep or whatever. But that was one of the last words that she said. She said, "I still believe God," in a small voice that she had left Wednesday. So I was going to go into Brooklyn. So I went into Brooklyn, and throughout the day I called. I said, "How's she doing?" And, he said that she was doing fine. Around 6 o'clock, I got the phone call from my sister, and, I wasn't expecting that at all. I was still believing God. I was still believing God. And I got the call from my sister, and she said that she didn't make it. I said, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, what just happened?" So I pulled the car over, and I just like it. It of course did not hit me right then and there. I said, "Well, there has to be another way that they can try to do something. They got to try to do something." But there was nothing else that they could do. It's really happening. And so when we pulled up to the hospital, you can see her room or whatever. And so we get out the car and I walk in and I get on the elevator and we walk down the hall. And it seemed to be like the longest hall ever. It seemed to be like the longest hall ever. And to see my dad out there crying because he was there the entire day with her when it happened. He stayed by her side from the morning from when I left to when she finally transitioned. And so he witnessed everything that happened. And so we get off the elevator, and me and E and Tiffany, we are there and we meet my sisters, and we all come around the bed to see her just laying there. And it was definitely a night to remember. It was definitely a night to remember. I'll never forget it. And it was just a cloud of sorrow.
So now I'm on the train with
Yeah.
Zoe,
Yeah.
and then just burst out in tears. I actually ran down to get a taxi because my dad was supposed to pick me up, but he
Yeah.
couldn't make it. So I had to get a
Yeah.
taxi. And because I was so overwhelmed and crying and stuff like that, the lady, she was nice enough to just stop and prayed with me.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, her name was Jen. And haven't seen her since then, but I would hope to see her again because I just want to thank her
She
for
might
just
have been an
praying.
angel.
Right.
She might have been an angel.
So she prayed with me and just to give me a peace of mind. And I had called some of my friends and I told them, I was on my way to the hospital and my mom had passed away already. So by the time that I got there, they had taken out all the tubes and took away all the machines, everything. So she was just laying there peacefully.
Yeah.
So
It's okay. It's okay.
Some days you're really happy. Some days you're angry. It's a challenge because it does not seem real.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem real. It I literally still have her phone number in my phone. It it hurts. It's difficult all around. So it's I don't
The
know.
world stopped.
Yeah.
The world stopped. The whole church world
Heavy.
stopped.
It was heavy.
Everything stopped in my world, and the texts began to come in, and the calls began to come in, and the tags on Facebook began to come in, and it was just so unreal. I'm like, no, can't be happening. And so we had to drive all the way back out there, and so we drove out there the entire time. We cried, and I live like an hour away, so we cried the entire hour, and there was nothing that anyone could say
Yeah.
to make us feel better, because after the praying and after all of that, this would still happen.
Yeah.
It was confusing.
It was, and it still is a very, very hard thing to cope with.
Since my Aunt Marie passed away, I'm here visiting her grave. It's for you, Aunt Marie. I love you. Huh? See if I get this in right. This is gonna be what? She told me a long time ago I was gonna make it home, and I'm home. How this is gonna go. Love you. Miss you. What? I made it home, Aunt Maria. I love you. You always tell me to keep my head up. And I'll be all right. Hello, my name is Andre Patterson, and I'm the nephew of Miss Marie Ann Patterson Bohanan. And I'm making this short video to pay tribute to her. I honor her, and I love her. I love you, Aunt Marie. Always. December 19th is her birthday. So I'm just going to share a quick memory that I have of my aunt. So many. But one of the funniest ones for me is I'm a junk food junkie. And I don't know if a lot of people know, but my Aunt Marie ate a lot of candy. And she used to hide her candy. And I used to find it. And she used to get real upset. She used to get angry. And she'd tell my grandmother, she'd be like, Ma, Andre ate all the candy. He didn't even save me nothing. He don't save me any. So I used to tell her as I got older, I said, Aunt Marie, I started eating candy because you used to take me to the store and get bags of candy, the purple violets, sweetest fish, Reese's peanut butter cups. Wow. I'm sorry. It's just, I miss my aunt. I love her. I love you, Aunt Marie. And I remember everything that you told me. And I will always do my best to honor you and to follow all the things that you always told me. Because it was always for my best interests and for my success. I love you. You live forever.
Hey everybody, it's Shabby Lamort. One of my favorite memories of Mobo is after I gave word, inspirational word. She was shocked. She didn't know I was supposed to do anything, so she gave me a hug. She whispered something in my ear, and then she grabbed my hand and we danced together. The whole time I was giving the word, she was, inspiring me, talking back to me, encouraging me. And I really love that about Mobo. Like, she would push you, and she pushed me, I miss her so much. That's why I got her tatted on my right arm. She would kill me. But that's how I cope with her death, by having her on my right arm. So, Mobo, I love you. And until I see you that great morning, I really miss you. I really miss you.
Grace and peace be unto you from God our Father, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I am Dr. Jacqueline Giggs, and it is my honor to give deference and commemorate my dear friend, our Dr. Pastor Mobo, Dr. Marie Bohanan. What a jewel to the body of Christ. What a friend to me. What a erudite woman of God. So humble, so just unassuming, but yet so voluminous in her personality and her presence. I recall one late night scrolling through social media, and this page comes up, and this woman is looking beyond gorgeous. She's breathtaking. And I recall calling Devin Kelly. I call him his family to me. And I said, there's this lady, and I saw her on Institutional's page. I said, but when I tell you, Kelly, she is dressed. He said, that's Marie Bohanan. Right? So I said, my God, when you see her again, just tell her how fabulous she is. I had not met her acquaintance, but just scrolling and happened to fall upon that page. This woman of God stood out to me. Some months later, maybe like 2 months later, I was in a boutique in Suffolk County. In walks her and her daughter. Well, no, her and her daughter were already in there. My mom and I came in, and I was blown away because I immediately identified her face, but I didn't know her as a person. Fawned over her, told her how gorgeous she was. That whole scenario I just said to you all. And let me tell you, from that day until the Lord saw fit that her battle would end, she and I were connected as covenant sisters. I recall us also going and sharing at Grand Lux. We loved Grand Lunch for our lunch date. And she shared to me about her starting ministry. And I was encouraging her and telling her to go forth and do what the Lord had told her to do. We've traveled in ministry together. She's just been an encouragement. A woman that has great stature, great personality, not ostentatious, but she is erudite. Anointed, don't push her way, but she knew how to come in a crowd and just win everybody's heart. So I want to commend her son, her daughters, her grandchildren, her son-in-laws, all the family, her husband. I want to commend you all for sharing her with us. She is certainly still sparkling through each of you. I love you. Commemorate her. Remember her. Never forget her, because I will never forget Dr. Pastor Marie Bohanan. I love you. God bless you.
Peace and God bless you. My name is Lady Diamond Burke. I bring you greetings from the Safe House Church of New Jersey, where my pastor is Pastor Kyrie Burke. I just wanted to wish a happy heavenly birthday to someone who I love tremendously, our late mother Marie Bohanan. It breaks my heart that you are not here to see this phase of my life. I truly wish that you were here, but I know that you would be proud. I've taken everything that you've taught me, everything that you've instilled in me, and I've implemented it, and I'm growing, and I really wish you were here to see it. Thank you for everything, that you taught me, everything that you've given me. I've taken it with me, and I'll continue to take it with me forever. I hold everything, every conversation, I hold that dear to my heart. I love you so much. I miss you so much.
What I can say about the wonderful Marie A.P. Bohanan, I'll start by saying that from the time I was a little boy up until the time when she transitioned, she has always supported me. She's always encouraged me. She's always loved me, treated me as if I was her own. I had the privilege of being one of her godsons, and that's something that I will forever cherish. I will never take that for granted, because she didn't have to claim me. She didn't have to believe in me. She didn't have to push me. She didn't have to chastise me when she did. She didn't have to do any of those things, and so I will forever be grateful for that. She was just that girl. She was that girl. It was just something about her that everyone gravitated to. And, I don't think there's anyone in this world that can say she was anything other than amazing. She was anything other than phenomenal, because she was a phenomenal woman. One thing I will miss is when she would call me from an unknown number. I remember the first time she called me from an unknown number. And, everybody knows when you get a call from an unknown number, you answer, it's like, hello. So I answered, and I'm like, hello, who's this? She's like, it's your mother. And I'm like, wow, why are you calling me from, I don't know, it's this stupid phone. And every time I got an unknown call to my phone, I just knew it was her, and it was her. And so I'm just going to miss that. I'm going to miss the phone calls. I'm going to miss the texts. She always called me Reverend, and I just be like, ma'am, please, okay? I'm going to miss her presence. I'm going to miss the lunch dates. I'm going to miss everything. I just miss her. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. But I do know that her legacy still lives on. And we will continue, from her husband to her children, her grandchildren, church, the choir. We will continue to allow the legacy to live on and continue to make her proud. And I just want to say happy birthday, Ma. I love you, and I miss you so, 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 so much. If you was here, we would be doing it crazy this year. But God had other plans, and his will is always better than ours. And so, happy birthday. I love you, and I can't wait to see you again.
Mommy, I cannot believe I am saying happily heavenly 60th birthday to you. Wow. Today, I'm reflecting and I realize you being absent is totally abnormal. From having you in my life every single day for before I even knew myself to not having you at all is totally surreal. It probably always will be. But I love you very, very much. You are missed every single day. Thank you for visiting me in my dreams when you do. Thank you for remembering every graduation, every birthday, every milestone. Thank you for celebrating with me every chance you got. You never forgot me. You treated me just like your own children. Thank you for my best friend, Victoria. Thank you for being such a good friend to my mother. And most of all, thank you so much for just your example. Often I look at old text messages and old letters that you used to write to me, and I'm so appreciative. Not only did you dress well, not only did you speak well, not only did you pray well, but just because you were the example that you were in my life, and because I got to experience you and have a relationship with you, I truly have experienced what it is to be loved well. So I miss you. Happy heavenly 60th birthday. I love you forever. Until we meet again, I will see you in the morning.
Hello, my name is Lavon Washington, and I would like to share with you my favorite moment. I got a chance to spend time with Pastor Bohanan for my birthday. It was a time of just getting to know her giving me wisdom, and I even got a chance to taste some of her cooking. And I would like to say happy birthday to you. I love and I miss you so much. Again, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Pastor Bohanan.
And happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. We love you and miss you.
Greetings from Connecticut, and thank you so much for this opportunity to come on and say something in memory of my sister friend, Marie A.P. Bohanan. I admired Marie from a distance for years until I became more acquainted with her within the past 10, 15 years, and she became a sister friend. And I'm grateful for the times that we shared together, the laughter, the times we cried together. I was just grateful for her realness. I was appreciative and still am appreciative because she still lives on, but I was appreciative how she treated the young ladies and how she talked to the young ladies and how she was an example to the young ladies. And she also was an example to older ones as well. And although she was a dresser, she was the baddest dresser in the world as far as I'm concerned. She didn't let that go to her head. She was just as humble as she could be. And to know her was to love her. She was just as sweet as she could be. And I thank God because we had chances to talk in regards to the women's ministry. She served as the general supervisor in her organization, and I serve currently as the assistant general supervisor to Mother Gloria White. And we would have conversations on how we could help our women's departments. And I appreciated that kindness, and she kept it real. You know, she just said, B, it is what it is, and you know, you have to do what you have to do. And so I'm grateful for that memory. There is one funny memory that I have of her. One day, we was in Holy Convocation here in Connecticut, and I had fried some fish. So I told her that she could come over my house to change her clothes for the evening service. And she said, no, that's all right, sis. I'll go back to the hotel and get dressed. I ain't going to church smelling like fish. So that was funny to me. So that was a funny memory that I had of Marie. Listen, family, continue to go with it because you have the victory, and be encouraged. I know these are trying times, especially around the holiday times, but know that God is with you. and that he cares, he sees, and he knows all about it, and he's going to perfect everything that concerns you. Thank you once again for this opportunity. I love you all, and you have a great holiday.
Grace and peace, everybody. My name is Starfina, and I served as Mother Bohanan's chief adjutant. One of my memories that I have of Mother was when she was on her sick bed, and Pastor Bohanan called me and said, "Sis, Mom said, get here now." And I called my store manager, and I said to my store manager, I said, "I have a family emergency, and I need to leave now. I'm locking up, and I need to leave now." She said, okay. She got someone else to cover my shift. I jumped in a cab to Madison Square Garden and got on a PATH train to Mother's house. I called Pastor Vincent when I got off the PATH train. I said, "I'm here." He said, you got here so fast." And he picked me up, and it was a silent ride all the way to the house. I get to the house, I open the door, and I said, "Pastor, I'm here." And she looked at me, and her tears started falling down her face. And I said, "You look so pretty, Mother." And she said, "Oh, girl, please, go get that brush and get my lip gloss and stuff and do me a little bun up here, because some people supposed to be coming by. You got to go pick some people up from the airport, and you got to go do this." And she was just giving me the list of everything that I needed to do. And I guess she must have felt that my spirit was a little bit down. And, sorry. Whew. And she stopped me and she said, "Starfina?" I said, "Yes, Mother." She said, "I love you." I said, "I love you too." And she said, "Little girl." I said, "Yes." She said, "Psalm 100. And I said, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endured to all generation." And she said, "Little girl, you know why I told you to say that?" And I said, "No, Mother." She said, "Because no matter what you go through, I always want you to know you serve the Lord with gladness." And on her 60th birthday today, I say to everybody, no matter what we're going through right now, just serve the Lord with gladness. I love you, Mother, for always will be a Bobo lady.
Hi, I'm Jock, and I have so many memories of Mother Bohanan, but the one that we will often laugh at is the time that she rode back to Atlanta with me after convocation. It was actually the Monday after convocation. We were in the car riding, and she began to talk about Deacon Bohanan. She talked about Victoria. She talked about Crystal, but when she got to Pop, she stayed on him for about 2 hours. She talked about him. I think he was still in college at this point, and she was going on and on about how she has to stay on him, how she has to get on to him all the time. And you could tell she was so tired, but she continued to talk about Vincent. And normally when we come from Atlanta to Albany or Albany to Atlanta, she would always take naps in the car. But this particular time, she stayed up talking about her family. But you could tell that she was so tired. So we finally made it to the airport in Atlanta. So I dropped her off, and she went ahead and she checked in, and she went through TSA. But when she got to the gate to board the plane, she actually fell asleep, and she missed boarding the plane. And she had to stay in the airport overnight. So we would actually laugh about it often because she was so tired. But she was talking about her family. She was talking about Vincent. And she was like, "Vincent made me miss my flight." So again, she did not want to miss the next flight the next morning to New York. So she stayed in the airport overnight. So we would laugh about that. But we have so many memories. I can say I miss her. I miss her smile. And I just miss her heart. God bless you, Mother Bohanan.
Hello, everybody. This is Key Warren. I just wanted to stop by and wish our founder a happy 60th birthday. We love you and miss you so much. I personally love you and miss you as well. Just to share one of the funniest moments I had of you was me coming to the church and experiencing you getting the people together about the people having to be married and needing to be married, and there's a lot of you in here that need to be married and do it. Like, she was just carrying on, and I love her so much for that. And she made sure that I had words and had to have words and make sure that the people knew my name. So like that was that was an embarrassing moment, but if I can take that moment and relive it, I would do it again today. And after the fact of me leaving that Sunday and going back home, she stayed in touch. She stayed in my inbox, uplifting me, reaching out, and we it was like we built a bond, a relationship, and so like those were one of the fondest memories I have and I cherish of her. And also seeing her on the last time I seen her on New Year's. So I really cherish all those moments, and I thank God for her. I thank God for her, the legacy that she's built with her family, what she's left with her daughters and her son, and Pop Bohanan. They've taken me on as one of their brothers, and I thank God for that. Not only me, they've taken so many others on as, you know, brothers and sisters, and so they're we all came together to celebrate her today and just to wish her a happy 60th birthday. Today would have been her 60th birthday, but we know that she's always with us and looking down on us. Once again, happy birthday to our beautiful and amazing founder, the Dr. Marie Bohanan, and I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you again. I'm living to live again, and definitely we're all going to see you again one day. Love you.
Hi, I'm Norman Waddell, and I am so blessed to have had Marie Bohanan as my cousin. She is the ultimate encourager. She's just a role model, a big sister, a comedian. She definitely had quick wit. She is every woman, and she did it with style, ease, and grace. And just so blessed to have had many moments with her. One of the most prominent moments and memories I've had with her was going to see Wicked with her and my cousin Sam in New York. And we got together and fellowshipped and had dinner, and we enjoyed the show. We were able to go backstage and hang out with Shirley Ralph after the show. It was such a blessed evening. And it was one of the memories that I will definitely cherish for the rest of my life. And I am wishing Marie Bohanan a very happy, heavenly birthday.
Grace and peace, everyone. Hi, my name is Florence Marshall, aka Lady Flo. What can I say about the gracious Dr. Marie A.P. Bohanan? Wow. A gracious queen that came into my life at the age of 5 that actually gave me the name Lady Flo at the tender age of 12. I never forget the day at Turner's Faith Temple. She came to me and she said, "Florence, your new name is Lady Flo." I said, "Why?" She was like, "Because I'm teaching you now how to walk in your grace as a queen, as a little lady, because you're so full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding at an early age that you're often misunderstood. But I thank you for every wisdom, every lesson, every talk that we have endured, the positive things that you have instilled into my life. Thank you for being an awesome auntie. Thank you for being an amazing mentor and great intercessor, a great role model that I've been able to model after. Even though you may not physically be here with us, but we shall and we will continue to celebrate your awesome day, the legacy, the richness that you have poured out to the masses. I love you, my gracious queen, Mother Bo, Mama Bo, the gracious doctor that you are and always and forever shall be. I love you with an everlasting love. I love always your little lady, Lady Flo. Mwah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Marshall. I'm Marie's first cousin. Our mothers are sisters. Me and Marie grew up very close, living either next door to each other or around the corner from each other. We spent every summer together in Mississippi with our grandparents. I have so many fond memories of Marie. I don't know why, but one particularly stands out in my mind of us back in the day when we were in St. John Baptist Church together in the young adult choir. Of course, Marie was the president. For how many years we were there, I don't know, about 8 to 10 years she was the president. Pastor opened her second St. John's in Orlando, Florida, and we traveled there to sing at his second church. We clowned on a bus traveling there, and when we got to the hotel, we decided we're going to play a game of Throw the Ice. We formed two groups. Of course, me and Marie on the same team. We stayed in the same room. Our parents always made sure we had to stay together. They always told us, you go as two, you come back as two. Stay together. Look out for one another. So as we throw in this ice, I decide that I'm going to turn and run. I run straight into the pool of 9 feet of water. As I'm down there guggling, trying to figure out how to get up, the water's all in my mouth. I can't even concentrate down there. I hear them running up there trying to figure out how to pull me up. A little petite hand pulls me up out of that water. And who is it? My petite cousin. She's crying so hard. I'm crying so hard. She's trying to give me mouth to mouth. I guess I'm trying to give her back mouth to mouth. We were cracking up. It was hilarious. My hair was soaking wet, but we still had to sing that night. So the joke was that my hair was leaking all over my robe, and Marie clowned on that for I don't know how long. But the mere fact of how we used to clown was hilarious. We used to clown all the time. She was definitely a comedian. I miss her and love her so much. Marie, happy 60th birthday. Happy 60th birthday in heaven, baby. Continue to look down on your legacy. We love you and miss you so much. Love you, Marie. Happy 60th birthday.
Happy 60th birthday, Mother Bohanan, who is now resting in Jesus. I have so many memories that I can share. I miss her so much. One memory, we was in church and after church actually, and she just started telling me off, and I'm standing there surprised, trying to figure out what happened, trying to figure out what's going on, and she went with Brandon. Brandon took her to the airport, so I didn't even not airport, but to the hotel. So I don't even know what happened till about 3 o'clock that morning. She called me and she said, I need you to bring me something to eat. And I was like, well, I still have attitude. I'm still upset. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. And she said, Mom, I see you in a little bit. So nevertheless, I got up, got dressed, and went to Waffle House, got what she wanted, catered to the hotel. And we was able to discuss what needed to be discussed. But one thing I never did was I never shifted my position. I never changed. I never stopped serving. I still served. And because even in serving, when you're a true servant, you take discipline, you take criticism, you take it all in true serving. So, and when we got to the bottom of it, we was able to, earn all that out, but it never shifted anything. It never shifted my love. It never shifted me picking up a purse. It never shifted me going to the airport. It never shifted me getting up 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. It never shifted anything. So when you're a true servant, and I serve her with my whole heart, and not only I knew that, but the organization as a whole, people who saw me as a whole knew just how much. And I really truly miss her so much till it hurts diligently. And I really wish that she was here to celebrate with us her 60th birthday. But she's rejoicing in heaven, and she's in a better place, which we all know. But again, the Bohanan family are constantly in my prayers. And again, happy 60th birthday to the woman that I serve wholeheartedly, my general mother, Marie A.P. Bohanan.
Happy birthday, Queen. Oh man, I wish you were here. I am just so grateful that I got a chance to know you, to be a part of your excellence and be a part of your queendom. I'll never forget how supportive you were during my journey in school. You always made sure that I was safe, always made sure that I was good, and always blessed me with hope to push me until I graduated college. So I'm so forever indebted for every prayer that you said for me, every text that you gave to me, and I am just hoping that that I and all of your mobile kids are making you as proud as we know how to. So I miss you. I love you. It is your day. We love you, Mobo.
Hey, what's going on, family? Today I am honored
to be a part of this great celebration of my sister, my beloved sister, my friend, Pastor Marie Bohanan. My favorite, or probably there's so many memories, man. But I think my fondest memories were of us growing up as kids in New York, running the streets of New York City, trying to find the latest and greatest outfit for the next concert. We spent many weekends together running 34th Street, 38th Street, 37th Street, Delancey Street, downtown Brooklyn, trying to find the baddest outfit for the next concert or the next musical or the next program, and then winding up at Junior's, sitting up all night eating at Junior's. My sister, you are missed. You are forever loved. My sister from another mother. Happy 60th birthday. I know you're dancing in heaven today, but you are missed here on earth. I love you. Happy birthday. Thank you, family, for allowing me this opportunity to share in such a special day. Marie, I love you. Happy birthday.
Oh my, as I enter this virtual 60th birthday celebration for Cousin Marie, I can hear you, cuz, saying, "Hey, Cousin Sam." Oh, how I miss you, cousin, and love you dearly, I tell you. And what holds dear to my heart is your pastoral celebration when we went to the Broadway show and dinner, and oh, how I used to see you at other churches fellowshipping. You are truly missed and loved, and just know, as it is written and as it is promised, that we shall all be together again one day soon. I love you, Marie, and happy 60th birthday to you. Sweet rest, cousin.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Butler. I just wanted to pay tribute to my friend Marie Ann Bohanan. We met in the 80s, and we just clicked. Since we met, we just clicked. We hung out together. We had our kids together. We just had so much fun. And there's so many memories. I can't think of just one, but I'll name maybe one or two. There was an occasion, she came to my house here in Atlanta, and she came with some people from church, and they were visiting. We were just having a good time. And all of a sudden, she comes over and she says, "Sabrina, look." and I can't really tell you what it was about, but it was about some pantyhose. I won't go into all the details because she would probably wring my neck if I told. But when I looked, we just fell out laughing so hard we were crying. I said, "Marie, you know, they at church, they probably were like, not Marie Bohanan." But it was just so comical. And I just think of the times we had, the good times we had at 5526 Kings Highway, where her mom lived at the time. And she fed us. We had fun with the babies. I think about her 50th birthday. At 12:01, I was in the car on my way home from someplace, and I called, and she picked up. She said, "Sabrina, you the first one that called me." I said, "Happy birthday." I said, "Yeah, I'm glad I'm first." And we celebrated over the phone. We had fun. But she was a blessing in my life. We shared so much together. We shared tears, we shared laughter, we shared stories. Some things she took with her to her grave, and some things I'm taking with me to mine. But God just blessed us. I'm glad we crossed paths in this life, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And Marie, I know you're listening. You owe me some tea cakes when I get home. You promised to make me some the next time I came to New York, but God had other plans. And your family is wonderful. They're beautiful. They're growing through all the hurt and pain they're experiencing. They're doing well. Anyway, I want to say happy 60th birthday in heaven. And I turned 60 in June. You know, we would have been doing it up sometime. If not now, because of the pandemic, we would have done it in the future. But I love you always, and you take care. Love you, Bohanan Patterson family. Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, if Mother Marie A.P. Bohanan was with us physically, this weekend would be a grand occasion, a gala. We would be traveling from far and near to come help her celebrate the big 6-0. I would be calling her saying, "Mother, you are 60." And her reply would be, "See?" You know, that was one of her favorite sayings. I tell you, all of us are still trying to wrap our minds around her not being with us physically. But we accept the will of the Lord, and we do know that she's resting in the arms of our Lord and Savior. So we say happy heavenly birthday. And to the Bohanan, to the Patterson, and to the Waddell family, you will always be in my thoughts and prayers. And please know that I'm only a phone call away. God bless you for always keeping us included with all of the celebrations that you're doing for this great woman of God that left such a great legacy. We will always remember all that she's done to enlarge the kingdom of God. Blessings to all of you, and let's celebrate the life and the legacy of the great Mother Marie A.P. Bohanan. Blessings to you.
60th birthday. Listen, so many great stories, so many great testimonies on how she has touched so many lives down through the years. And listen, the time has come. We are launching her website, Timeless Styles by Mobo. Listen, all of my ladies, y'all better get on this now, because there are so many people out there that want to get their hands on it. We got so much to offer. And so listen, you can get everything on the website. The link is in the description box. All my ladies, you got bags. This is special. This is just not something that you can find at the store. But all of this stuff was once owned by Marie A.P. Bohanan. And so please wear it, respect it, and yeah, I want you to know that this stuff is anointed. This stuff is also anointed. So you just can't wear it any and everywhere. But I want you to enjoy yourself with all of this stuff that we are now offering to the public. From my sisters, from my father, we want to say we love you, and we appreciate all of your support and your prayers. Continue to pray for us. Continue to pray for our church, the Winners Assembly, House of Hope, and continue to pray for everyone in this time that we're living in. And we're going to make it. We're going to fight, and we will win. And I promise you, we'll see victory in the end. I love all of you. Happy birthday, Mom.